The long-awaited elections for the local council 1 and 2 officials remain in limbo as the government struggles to release funds, leaving electoral timelines uncertain. Before the last polls in 2018, Uganda had gone nearly 2 decades without electing new village leaders, leaving many officials in office beyond their legal mandate. The Minister of ICT and National Guidance, Chris Baryomunsi, announced last month that the elections were to be held between March and April and that political parties and independent candidates were free to begin preparations for the polls. The exercise, according to the local government minister, Raphael Majezi, is expected to cost over 56.9 billion shillings.
And the elections of these administrative units will take place in March and April, in any case, before the swearing in of the term of office or the swearing in of the newly elected government, which is in May. The elections shall be by lining up in line with the Local Government Act, Section 123, subsection 2, and I expect the Electoral Commission to later give the country the specific dates and venues for those elections.
The local council chairpersons blame the Electoral Commission for failure to speak to them on what has caused the delay. They also note that less education has been made in communities, yet the election remains key for the people in the community.
In fact, I wonder why Electoral Commission has delayed up to date to tell us the day, the time of when we shall elect the local leaders. Remember, all villages, LCs, it's the source of security, our security in the nation.
The government has not yet come out with a policy that there's going to be an election. It is just what? In quotes. Because if the government is to put election, there's a roadmap they give us. They put in television, radios, even the pamphlets or flyers are given.
The local council chairpersons say if the roadmap is not released in time, it could bring chaos as it manifested in the youth elections.
So it will be them again. So with this election, whether it is there, whether it is not there, for me, I see nothing. If it is to be there, I welcome it. If it is not there,
there is no roadmap. And we are wondering. The only day I saw the Electoral Commission supervisor coming to me, it was changing the polling station.
Local council chairpersons are important for any village to thrive fully. With their delayed elections, they say could worsen the situation. They add that the role of local council chairpersons has been undermined by the Electoral Commission.
Whatever is going to inspire, the Electoral Commission has a hand in it. People are very green about the elections, and people, the only hope in our country they have hope in the chairperson LC1s. Because whether you want, whether you don't want, you need the chairperson LC1.
The salary of each local council chairperson is 10,000 shillings per month, but they say this money is not received in time, which questions their leadership.
You cannot tell me that a councillor from the division level here in Kampala is paid 2,800,000 per month. Whether he sits in the council or not is paid. But the chairperson is paid very little money.
Because after all, even since we have been elected, they were promised 120 annually. But that money, we have never seen it. I remember if by the time I think we went to that office, I think I received that money about twice. So even my being in this office, I'm not being paid.
The local council chairpersons say this has led to increased corruption in their offices.
We are waking up early in the morning, up to night. We are the people who knows the thieves, the wrongdoers, people who are not paying taxes and whatever. But there is no way you can tell me that, chairman, you tell us people who are defaulting to pay tax. And kumbe when I see them offloading goods, They can give me 100,000 and I keep quiet. We know shops and whatever which are operating without paying a license. But we are demoralized.
The 2018 elections were conducted by lining up behind a candidate, a system selected for its simplicity and low cost, but criticized over concerns about voter secrecy and freedom. Despite these challenges, these chairpersons prefer this mode of voting, claiming it is a moment of truth among their voters.
But really, lining up, it's a primitive way of elections. Because you are creating enmity among the people in the same community.
When contacted, the Electoral Commission stated that plans were underway for the start of these polls. The local council election term of office was supposed to end in 2023, but their tenure has since been extended multiple times due to financial and administrative challenges, raising questions about legitimacy and accountability at the grassroots level. Jacinta Kannyange, NTV.